Every year, thousands of European travellers make a pilgrimage to Australia on a 2-year working holiday. But coronavirus shutdowns have left many backpackers with no work and nowhere to stay. And as Elias Kluwer reports, getting home is almost impossible.
Just 2 weeks ago, Irish national Trina Malahi was living her lifelong dream of a perfect sun-filled Aussie adventure. But now she says she's broke, jobless, homeless and trapped here.
I don't want to be here anymore. Australia, I had a great year, but it's ruined.
Last week, the hostel she'd lived in for 8 months was shut down and she lost her job 24 hours later. She says many of her fellow backpackers are in the same plight.
We're supposed to keep the social distancing, but because we're met homeless, we're all packing into houses or else laying on the streets because we don't have anywhere to go. It's horrible. Backpackers
on working holiday visas have been hit hard by the collapse of the hospitality industry. Jack Wales was a bartender. He has no money and is now an Uber Eats rider, which he says nets him $15 an hour.
My friends at home actually set up a crowdfunding page for me last week, and I think I raised sort of $300, which would have lasted me a couple of weeks of food, you know.
The coronavirus shutdown has him on edge.
Panic, 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 get home, get home, get home.
But getting a flight home is no walk in the park. Neve Grant says she spent $8,000 on flights. All of them have been cancelled, and the few flights available are extortionate.
When I looked the other day at the flights, they were $11,000. That's not something I can afford.
Backpackers here say they're in a frustrating predicament. The government here can't help them because they're not residents or citizens, and they say their governments back home are more concerned with issues on a domestic front.
It's just the uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen. Like, we're kind of just in limbo at the moment.
Elias Kluwer, ABC News, Melbourne.